Starting in the gym is overwhelming. 100 different workout splits, endless amounts of exercises, and then everyone is telling you different things. You don't know where to start or what's right or wrong. I'm going to fix that right now. I left a 6-figure job at Google to become a personal trainer. And I've seen too many people delay for months on end because they're overthinking everything. And one of these things is which exercises to do. And that's by design. A large part of the fitness industry wants you confused, because when you're confused, you'll want more answers. And if you keep looking for answers, you keep coming back. In this video, I'm going to show you why you literally cannot pick the wrong exercise, what actually matters, and how to start today with complete confidence. Some people will say that dumbbells are useless and cables are king, but the reality is your muscles don't know whether they're using a dumbbell, a machine, or a cable. They only respond to the change in location of the joints in relation to one another and the tension applied to it. One of the key functions of the chest muscle, which runs from the rib cage and attaches to the shoulder joint, is horizontal adduction, which is moving your arm from behind the body across the body. And I know what you're thinking, this very much looks like a fly. And yes, it does, but let's have a look at all these chest exercises. And I want you to pay close attention to just the upper arm. Essentially, each of these exercises is exactly the same movement pattern. So if all these exercises are the same, why do they feel so different? And more importantly, how do you decide what to choose? That's exactly what I'm going to show you next. All these science-based lifters will tell you that resistance profiles and moment arms will make these exercises completely different. And they're partially right, but they overcomplicate it on purpose. Let me break it down. The first thing you need to understand is a concept called moment arm. And a moment arm is nothing more than the distance from a joint to the point where the weight is pulling towards. So if we take a dumbbell side raise, for example, the joint in action is your shoulder joint and gravity is pulling the dumbbell towards the floor. You see the distance from my shoulder joint to the line of action is very small. But when I lift the dumbbell, the distance from the joint to the dumbbell increases significantly. And this determines how much torque or how much force is required by the muscle to complete the movement. That's exactly why a dumbbell side raise like this feels extremely heavy in this position than it does down here. And these moment arms determine the resistance profile. In simple words, where in the movement or where in the range of motion does an exercise become more difficult or easier? I love this stuff. I can talk about this for hours. If you do want me to cover this stuff, then let me know in the comments so I can see if I can make a next video about it. But for now, you don't need to know any of this. These differences account for maybe 5 to 10% of your results. The framework that I'm about to show you, that focuses on 90 to 95%. Don't let the 5% stop you from mastering the 95. So how do you actually choose exercises and build a program that gets result without overthinking? Follow these 3 steps. The first step is picking 2 to 3 exercises per muscle group. And for chest, here's exactly what I would do. Pick any pressing movement, whether it's a dumbbell, barbell, or machine, it doesn't flip and matter. Then add a fly movement, cable or dumbbell or machine. Again, it doesn't really matter. What really matters is that you can keep doing it consistently, you enjoy doing it, you feel the target muscle working, and you can get stronger at it. Between these 2 exercises, you're getting tension throughout the entire range of motion. The press gives you a compound movement, the fly gives you the isolation. And once you've picked those 2 or 3 exercises, you want to be doing 10 to 15 sets per muscle group per week. That could be 5 sets of 2 exercises, 4 sets of 3 exercises, or 5 sets of 3 exercises. The total number of sets per week is what matters. But don't do all your sets in one session. Spread them out over your week. Doing more sets per workout doesn't mean more growth. On the contrary. And then step 3 is more important than anything else. You need to get stronger over time, what we call progressive overload. To do this, track your lifts. Write everything down. The weight you're doing, the sets you're doing, the reps you've done. And try to beat that next week. Even if it's just 1 rep or 2.5 kilos, small progress adds up very, very quickly. This is what I see going wrong all the time. You want to train 2 to 3 sets from proper failure. And proper failure means that you can't physically move the weight anymore. So I want you to train until the point that happens, but so many people stop when it gets uncomfortable. Push through the discomfort and really grind out those last reps. Now, if you do these 3 things, you pick exercises you can do consistently, you hit 10 to 15 hard sets per week per muscle group, and you apply progressive overload, you'll build muscle. It's as simple as that. Most people fail because they spend way much time researching instead of training. They switch exercises every few weeks because an influencer shared a new study. They never give anything time to work. And that is exactly what's keeping you stuck. The problem here isn't lack of information, it's too much information, with no one teaching you what really matters. The fitness industry, they profit from your confusion. Science-based trainers will drown you in studies, and other coaches keep you dependent by constantly changing your program. I teach you the fundamentals so well, eventually you don't need me anymore. The 20% that gets 80% of results. Simple and sustainable. Look, you can keep researching, keep watching videos, keep overthinking, and maybe in 6 months, you'll finally start. Or you can work with someone who's already helped dozens of people go from, I don't know where to start, to feeling confident and seeing their body change. I take on a limited number of online coaching clients each month. And this isn't some fake scarcity tactic. I physically can't deliver the quality of support that I demand for myself if I take on too many people. I will never compromise on quality because the results of you and my clients is what grows their confidence and ultimately my business. So my coaching program is for you if you're done starting over. If you want to get fit but don't know where to start, if you know what to do but you can't stay consistent, or if you've been training for a while but you're not seeing the progress you hope for. If you're ready to stop overthinking and willing to commit at least 12 weeks of consistent training and want someone to teach you how to do this independently, I can help you. In 12 weeks, you won't just look different, you'll feel different. You walk into a room with confidence you haven't felt in years. You'll take on challenges at work, in relationships, in life that used to intimidate you. Because if you feel good about yourself, everything else gets easier. There's a link in the description. Let's get you started this week. And if you're still on the fence and want to see how I work with my clients first, then check this video out next.